engineer,
His face,
lawyer,
it's like you can take it, but you can't take it.
telling me.
Yo, is it me or does he look freaking faded? What's good, everybody? This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, and we're back at it with another reaction video. Now, this one is to Most Amazing Top 10 Loch Ness Monster Sightings that scientists can't explain. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe with notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. Now, I wanted to do this because actually me and the Loch Ness Monster go way, way, way back. Actually, I'm 31 now, and Loch Ness Monster goes back to me in elementary school and internet and my first love as far as for research, because here I was, with my pops, we was fishing in Texas. May I remind you, not anywhere in Loch Ness, at all. And here I am, first grade. I remember very vividly, first grade. And I remember seeing something, in the water, and it had like humps or, whatever. And I'm just all like, man, what's that? So I go online, Windows 90, 95 at school, and I'm looking up like something with like humps or something in the water. And so boom, Loch Ness Monster popped up, and I'm sitting up there looking at all of these different things, and that sparked me going into like paranormal research. Like I would check out books from the library. It'd be like paranormal books, stuff on like Loch Ness Monster, Nessie, spontaneous human combustion. That's why I thought that the Fire Force anime was like super dope, because I was all like, oh snap. But yeah, Loch Ness Monster was the pivotal point in my introduction into doing research. And it was on Netscape Communicator, and it was before Google. We had Ask Jeeves, son. Ask Jeeves. It was just all like, what do you need? What do you need? Ask Jeeves. So let's go ahead and get into this here.
565 AD till today, there have been over 1,141 sightings of the Loch Ness Monster. That's a lot of sightings. Deep. Some are equipped with recordings that will blow your mind.
Let's see if there's some that I may have already had seen, like way back then, and if there's some can't explain.
In our number 10 spot, we have the 1941 sighting. It was December in 1941, and two brothers by the names of Callum McFarlane Barrow and Patrick thought that they must have been dreaming. They saw a large creature in the loch near Fort Augustus.
Yeah, I remember
Much
that
to their
picture.
Surprise, they
that
ended
was
up seeing the same creature
that I
again
saw.
later that day. They absolutely think that they saw the Loch Ness as it looked nothing like anything they had ever seen before.
And just to go back as far as like what it obviously was, it was either as far as being fishing and what I saw, it was either a fish, not a fish, it was either a snake or like the combination of maybe like a beaver. I don't know, but it definitely was not the Loch Ness Monster, of course.
Apparently in 2018, Callum explained that sightings of the monster were much more common at that time. In our number 9 spot, we have the sighting of 1961. It was May in 1961, and a man named George Coots was with 3 of his friends, and they were driving to Foyers on the south side of the loch at 8 p.m. in the evening. In case you don't know, loch means lake. They pulled over and looked into the loch, aka a lake, where the Loch Ness was known to be in, when they saw what looked like an elephant's back. They tried to flag down a passing car so that they could grab some more witnesses, but it wouldn't stop. They decided to not tell anyone, and George finally came out with the story in September of 2019. Wow, that's a long time to be holding that story in. In our number 8 spot, we have the sighting of May 1969. It was May of 1969, and a man named Fred Millwood was traveling towards Inverness when he spotted what he described as a 10 to 12-foot-long creature traveling across the loch at about 4 miles per hour. He described the creature as if it was an upturned boat, and there was no head in sight. When the creature was about 200 to 300 meters from the other side of the lake, it vanished. Fred waited for about a half an hour, but nothing occurred after that. Ah, too bad. Poor Fred. In our number 7 spot, we have the sighting of October 1969. In October of 1969, two men by the names of Peter Mackenzie and his uncle, Peter, were out fishing in a small boat at the north side of the loch. While fishing, they experienced 2 sightings of Old Nessie. The first time it appeared, they saw something under the water that was coming at them like a speedboat from the direction of the Klansman Hotel. They then realized that it was definitely not an underwater boat, and its shape appeared much different before it disappeared. Then it resurfaced and headed for the middle of the lake, where they were able to see it in profile. Peter described it as if it had the color and shape of an elephant. It then disappeared under the water, and their boat was rocked so hard by the waves from it. In our number 6 spot, we have July 1987. In July of 1987, Aaron O. Fodhagen was visiting from Ireland and riding the bus on an overcast but windy day. Aaron says that as they were coming up to Ivor Morriston, she was looking out into the lake from the bus and saw what looked like a giant boulder in the middle of the lake. She said that she knew that there were no boulders in the lake, as it's a glacial lake and the sides go straight down. She reported and is quoted as saying, "The object was brown in color and the swell of the waves only came up halfway on the object, so I estimated that it was at least 5 feet out of the water. The length looked more than the height, maybe 5 to 8 feet long. I could not say it was moving as the bus was moving. I got the impression it was stationary. I watched the object for less than 2 minutes, but it felt like eternity. That was the effect it had on me." Stunned I was. My sighting ended when the bus got near Ivor Morriston. She then went on to speak about how she returned the next day, and of course the boulder was gone. In our number 5 spot, we have the sighting of June 1989. On the 25th of June 1989, Mrs. Judy Chaffin was visiting Scotland from Vancouver Island when she caught the most extraordinary thing on her camera. The story is that she caught a 10-foot-long animal with a basketball-sized head zigzagging across Urquhart Bay at 4:45 p.m. in the afternoon. The sighting was verified as an unknown animal by Dr. Gordon Williamson, who is a marine biologist in the area. The locals, of course, were convinced it was Nessie. I wish I had that footage to share, but as you can imagine, this was from 33 years ago, and so it is probably on a VHS tape lost in a dusty attic at this point. In our number 4 spot, we have the sighting of 1990. 1990 was the year of a few sightings, and almost every year after this, there are many sightings reported. The most notable sighting was from April 26, 1990. 2 men by the name of Trevor Davis and Jimmy McIntyre, both from a city in Scotland called Inverness, reported seeing a huge creature circling in the water near the mouth of River Foyers. They have stated that its neck rose 6 feet out of the water. In our number 3 spot, we have the sighting of 1999. It was February 22nd, 1999, and a tourist spotted Nessie out of the water fully for the first time since June 1963. Apparently, Nessie was spotted out of the water on the shores of Loch Ness by an American visitor. The sighting was at 8:30 in the evening between Doris and Foyers. The creature was reported as being about 10 to 15 meters long with a very long neck. Apparently, as the man approached the creature, it quickly went back into the water and out of sight. I truly wonder how these sightings are verified, as it's always possible that this man was, on an illicit drug, or that maybe he just wanted some attention, but then it's also possible that he could have actually witnessed an ancient creature that seemingly picks and chooses who it reveals itself to. In our number 2 spot, we have the sighting of March 17th, 2021.
Whoa.
This sighting comes equipped with a video, so I'm gonna let you decide on this one. This is a video from a farm looking upon the loch on March 17th, 2021, a St. Patrick's Day sighting. In this video, you clearly see a dark shadow pop up in the water, and you watch it move
Whoa.
across the lake. As it perhaps turns to the side, we get quite the profile shot of it, and it appears to be long. Now, this is a lake. There are no long or big sharks in this lake, so this is quite a notable sighting. Whether the shadow is a large dark fish is debatable because it is quite long at one point, and it is quite a dark shadow. Does that look like a fish to you? Would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. In our number 1 spot, we have the October 19th, 2021 sighting. On October 19th, 2021, not too long ago, Erin Fagan captured something extraordinary on her webcam. She's a bit of a veteran when it comes to filming Nessie and has a YouTube channel with a variety of recordings that she's made. Quite a lot of them leave you thinking, what is that? This one in particular is one of them. In this video, you see an extremely long and dark something in the lake, and towards the end of the video, you see it go deeper into the water, and then when a boat starts to come into view in the lake, the creature completely disappears. The creature looked to be at least a couple of feet or more. The video is so interesting, and I hate that it's not more clear. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please.
Whoa, that was intense. Like, oh man, just seeing a lot of these brought back memories. Some of the stories were new and I didn't know, but let's see if we could actually find some like random ones, like Loch Ness monster. So that's like the first thing. I just want to see one that's short. New photo of Loch Ness monster could be the most compelling discovery. Oh, this was 9 days ago.
Success is in session at Office Depot Office Max with up to 60% off our best-selling school supplies. This week only, save up to 15% on select Need 5-star notebooks and Texas Instruments calculators. Success is in session now at Office Depot Office Max.
This is 9 days ago, and this is CBS Mornings.
This is a carryover of something that should have been dead 65 million years ago.
Bob, listen to yourself. You are a distinguished physicist, engineer.
His face,
lawyer,
it's like you can take it, but you can't take it.
Telling me.
Yo, is it me or does he look freaking faded? Do you hear yourself?
That there's a dinosaur in this lake.
Not quite. I'm saying there was a remnant of one, at least in 1975. Absolutely telling you that.
That was 60 Minutes' Scott Pelley interviewing late MIT scientist Bob Rines back in 2001 about his belief in the Loch Ness Monster, Scotland's most famous and enduring mystery.
That's what you actually saw? Yes. How big was it? Oh, as big as a bus.
Well, it's back in the news again, thanks to a discovery made thousands of miles away. Nessie, as she's known, has been part of Scottish folklore for centuries, becoming a worldwide sensation in 1933 after a series of alleged sightings and photographs. Looking for a plausible explanation, some claimed she was the descendant of the plesiosaur, a long-necked aquatic dinosaur, and that idea just became a bit more plausible. Paleontologists working in Morocco's Sahara Desert found evidence that plesiosaurs not only lived in oceans and seas, but in fresh water too.
We found some plesiosaurs in an ancient riverbed, which was a little surprising. They're in a freshwater environment, and this is a group that was thought to be mostly marine, and it indicates this group was able to become specialized to exploit freshwater environments.
Wow, it would be crazy to just even see one of those alive.
Like, the lead author of a report on the fossil find.
We found a lot of different plesiosaur fossils in this freshwater deposit. We found juveniles, we found adults, we found bones, we found teeth that they lost. They shed their teeth like sharks. So we found a lot of fossils suggesting these things were up there routinely and probably spent much, if not all, of their lives in freshwater.
Yo.
Despite the discovery, most scientists still doubt that an ancient dinosaur could have survived in the dark and frigid waters of Loch Ness, which was only formed 10,000 years ago during the Ice Age. But that likely won't convince the true believers, including the thousands of camera-toting tourists.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like, just that alone, being able to get that confirmation with the water being, you know, I guess kind of similar in the Loch Ness Lake or in the Loch Ness. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyways, guys, make sure to leave a like, subscribe with notification bells on. If you got other videos you'd like me to react to, definitely leave them in the comment section. All right, guys, Miscomposition MC that writes fiction. Peace.
Being ready for the return to fall. Maybe I should be asleep, but these full moon vibes got me in the deep. Emotional roller coaster strapped in my seat, ready for a trip to find what I seek. Passing the galaxy into my office, translating thoughts into deep science. Got the sun in my pocket, building resilience. So when the next winter cycle comes, I prepare with no losses. The work of the soloist's a boss. At the